am Dr. Kay Fontana, life force coach and grief recovery specialist, and I am deeply familiar with the pain of loss, having experienced many throughout my life. At just 9 years old, I lost my brother to cancer and witnessed my parents' immense grief, which was unbearable. Years later, my mother lost her battle with Alzheimer's, and then my father was diagnosed with cancer and passed away a week after his diagnosis. Most recently, in January 2023, I experienced the devastating loss of my husband and soulmate of 40 years due to multiple health issues. In between were countless other losses, including family members, friends, co-workers, beloved pets, and even finances. However, I turned my pain into my purpose and passion to share strategies to help you get through your darkest days and navigate the complexities of grief. This is the Healing Our Grieving Hearts podcast. Welcome to today's episode, where I'm going to talk about rituals and traditions of different cultures around the world. Understanding grief rituals and traditions across different cultures is essential for promoting empathy and compassion in a diverse world. It helps us appreciate the varied ways individuals cope with loss, providing insights into their values and beliefs. By recognizing these practices, we can support those who are grieving in culturally sensitive ways, promote inclusivity, and build stronger communities. This understanding enriches our perspectives on life and death, reminding us of our shared humanity in times of loss. Funerals, ceremonies, rituals, and traditions help people deal with their grief in meaningful ways. They play an important role in bringing communities and families together during tough times, allowing everyone to share their sadness. These shared experiences of loss create a sense of connection and support among those who are grieving. First, I'll give you an overview of the wide variety of funeral practices found across the globe, highlighting unique rituals and traditions from different cultures. After that, I'll explore how various religions influence these customs, shaping beliefs and ceremonies surrounding death, and offering comfort and meaning to those who mourn. It would be impossible to cover all of the traditions and rituals across the globe, but the ones I present to you will help paint a picture of the various ways that people around the world honor and celebrate their loved ones who have passed on. In South Korea, a growing trend involves creating beads from the ashes of deceased loved ones, giving families a unique way to remember and honor them. This process transforms cremated remains into colorful, handcrafted beads, which can be incorporated into jewelry or keepsakes. This practice allows individuals to carry a part of their loved one with them, offering comfort and tangible connection. It reflects traditional values, emphasizing the ongoing bond between the living and the deceased. In Ghana, fantasy coffins are vividly designed burial caskets that reflect the deceased personality, profession, or interest. Shaped like objects such as fish, cars, or musical instruments, these unique coffins showcase the artistry of local craftsmen. This tradition emphasizes celebrating life over mourning, allowing families to honor their loved ones in a way that highlights their individuality and cultural beliefs regarding the afterlife. In Madagascar, one unique death ritual is Famidihana, or the turning of the bones. This ceremony involves exhuming the remains of deceased ancestors every 5 to 7 years, rewrapping them in fresh shrouds, and celebrating their memory with music and dance. Families gather during this festive event, showing respect and love, which strengthens community ties and honors the importance of ancestors in their culture and beliefs about the afterlife. In New Orleans, Louisiana, a jazz funeral is conducted, which is a vibrant and emotional celebration of life that combines music, mourning, and cultural traditions. It typically features a brass band playing somber songs during the procession to the cemetery, then transitioning to lively, upbeat jazz tunes on the way back. This unique ritual reflects the city's rich cultural heritage, honoring the deceased while celebrating their life with joy and community togetherness. Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead, is a vibrant Mexican celebration honoring deceased loved ones. Held on November 1st and 2nd, families create altars or ofrendas adorned with photos, favorite foods, and colorful decorations to welcome the spirits. Additionally, people come together dressed up with skeleton painted faces and have parades in the street. This festive holiday blends indigenous traditions with Catholic elements, emphasizing the cycle of life and death and celebrating the memories of those who have passed. When someone dies in Tibet, the body is typically prepared for a sky burial, reflecting Buddhist beliefs in the cycle of life and death. The deceased is bathed, dressed in white clothing, and placed on a mountain where local monks perform prayers and rituals. After the body is exposed to vultures, which are sacred in Tibet, the remaining bones are often crushed and mixed with sampa, or roasted barley flour, to return to nature. This practice emphasizes the belief in impermanence and the importance of helping other beings. These are just a few of the funeral ceremonies, rituals, and traditions of different cultures around the world. Now I'll share a few religious traditions surrounding death. In Hindu traditions, death is viewed as a transition rather than an end. The deceased is typically cremated to release the soul for its journey. Family members perform shraddha rituals to honor ancestors and ensure a peaceful afterlife. Mourning lasts for 10 to 30 days, during which families often refrain from celebrations. Rituals and prayers emphasize the importance of Dharma and the maintaining connection with the deceased through remembrance. Jewish traditions surrounding death emphasize respect and the sanctity of life. Upon death, the body is typically buried quickly, often within 24 hours. The family observes mourning through Shiva, a 7-day period of gathering and remembrance. Rituals include reciting Kaddish prayers, reflecting on the deceased life, and refraining from festive activities. These customs create community support and honor the memory of the departed as a way to promote healing. Islamic traditions around death emphasize the importance of community, compassion, and respect for the deceased. Upon death, the body is washed and wrapped in a simple white shroud. Muslims typically bury their dead within 3 days. Family and friends gather for prayers, including the janazah prayer, seeking mercy for the deceased. Mourning is observed for 3 days, while it's encouraged to remember and honor the deceased through good deeds and prayers. Roman Catholic traditions around death involve honoring the deceased through various rituals and prayers. Upon death, the body is typically embalmed and viewed before the funeral mass, where prayers are said for the soul's repose. The rite of Christian burial emphasizes hope in resurrection. Families observe a wake or vigil followed by the burial. Masses may be offered in memory of the deceased, reflecting communal support and faith in eternal life. Mennonite and Amish traditions around death emphasize simplicity, community, and faith. When someone dies, the family often holds a viewing at home, allowing community members to pay their respects. Burials are typically plain and occur quickly, often within a few days. Mourning practices encourage support from the community with shared meals and prayers, reinforcing the values of humility and the belief in eternal life. Native American traditions around death vary widely among tribes, but common elements include honoring the deceased through ceremonies and rituals. Many tribes believe in an afterlife, and rituals often involve singing, dancing, and storytelling to celebrate the individual's life. Graves are treated with respect, and offering may be placed at burial sites. Mourning periods allow communities to come together, emphasizing the interconnectedness of life, death, and nature. Cultures and religions worldwide honor death of a loved one through unique rituals reflecting their beliefs and values. For instance, in Mexico, Dia de los Muertos celebrates the lives of the departed with colorful altars and festivities. In contrast, Tibetan sky burials emphasize returning the body to nature. Jewish practices focus on swift burials and mourning periods, while Hindu traditions involve cremation and rituals to support the soul's journey. Each approach illustrates the universal need to commemorate and find meaning in loss. Understanding and respecting diverse cultures and religious burial practices promotes empathy and appreciation for different beliefs surrounding death. This awareness promotes inclusivity and helps build stronger communities by recognizing the significance these rituals hold for individuals and families. Respecting various traditions also encourage open dialogues about grief, facilitating support for those mourning while honoring the varied human experiences surrounding loss. The mission of Healing Our Grieving Hearts is to help individuals navigate through loss and find purpose through grief recovery, energy healing, and spiritual support. For more information on how to benefit from grief healing modalities that I offer, go to my website at www.healingourgrievinghearts.com, where you can schedule a complimentary grief breakthrough session. You will also find 2 guided meditations on the media page. To follow me on Facebook, go to facebook.com/k.fontana. Thank you for listening to this episode of Healing Our Grieving Hearts podcast. Remember, you are not alone in your grief, and your experiences and emotions are valid. Join me next Saturday at 10 a.m. Arizona time as we continue to explore the human experience and how the nature of death affects the grieving process. Until then, be kind to yourself.